Hello, good day. Welcome to another day. Welcome to today's newspaper review. I am Ima. Good morning. Oh, I have people in the comment section waiting already. Good morning, Sonia, Alex. Good morning to you too. Good morning, Mommy Diaspora. Good morning, Ma. Good morning to our viewers online. Please check the comment section. I have dropped the link for you to join in today for the newspaper review. A big shout out to our Ninja Watch family. Good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'd like to know where you are joining in from. Kindly state. Yes, Joshua Aya, good morning, and welcome to today's broadcast. I have people joining in already. Good morning, welcome. Okay, moving on. Good morning, brother Nice. Good morning and welcome to the show. Please you stay muted until it is time for you to make your contributions. Good morning and welcome to
Okay.
today's show. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
sir.
thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so our first paper today is Daily Sun. Buhari panics over looming mass defection from APC. Begs 22 senators not to dump party as Kalu leads aggrieved lawmakers to meet the president. 15 feared killed, others missing in renewed Ebonyi and Benue boundary disputes. Oh, guys, we can't be killing each other. We have enough. We are dealing with enough already. Jonathan opens up on 2014 confab report. He says he explains why he declined to give approval. Tinubu's certificate non-issue if INEC's record is efficient. That's from Senator Uzodinma. Boost crude production, crash operations cost, FD charges marginal field investors. Rep summon Aregbesola, Onyema, others over Ekweremadu. Senate in fresh push to amend Electoral Act. I think the Electoral Act should just be left this way. They shouldn't push to amend anything to favor anybody. Let's talk about the Buhari panics over looming mass defection from APC. President Mohamed Buhari on Tuesday moved to stem the exodus of senators from the All Progressive Congress following their inability to get return tickets to the National Assembly. So the reason why this amount of people are leaving is because they didn't get a ticket to rerun in the party. Other people got it. Now they want to leave. And once they leave, they no longer become the majority party. For those who don't understand why this is so and why the president is begging them not to go, this is 20. The other time we had 20 people, now we have 22. If the senators, a good number of them are from APC. So if they leave, the power is no longer with them. They become a minority party. And if they're leaving from APC, they're of course going to PDP, which gives PDP the upper hand, having them in the house. So the president assured them, okay, meeting with some of them, including Senator Smart Adeyemi, who was led by Senator Oji Uzokalu to his office at the presidential villa, Abuja. He noted their concerns about the future of the ruling party, but praised their efforts to find a solution. The president assured them that the leader of the party, one of his roles is to create an environment for members to vent their grievances. He said he had noted their concerns over the outcomes of the just concluded party primaries, the threat to the majority held by the APC in the National Assembly, and its likely consequences to the fortunes of the party, while pointing out that there must be a winner and loser in every contest. He revealed that he had been oh sorry, inundated with complaints about the primaries, assuring that it would continue to address the challenges through the party machinery. The president doesn't want them to leave. I think everyone is power intoxicated. Nobody wants anybody to leave for any reason. He wants Mr. President is telling his people, stay, we are going to find something to do about it. I mean, of course, they'll probably look for one position and give to them if they still stay in power. But they don't want that one. They want something that is much more assured. They want something tangible, something that they can hold on to and know that yes, this is secure. Because even they don't trust themselves. 15 killed, others missing in the renewed Ebonyi slash Benue. Ebonyi State and Benue State, they've been having these boundary disputes, and now there's been a fresh attack, which sadly 15 people lost their lives during that. President Jonathan opens up on the 2014 confab report. So, Mr. Goodluck Jonathan, sir, you had an opportunity to sign this into law, but he said in his words he was waiting. He thought he was going to win the 2015 election, and after that, he was going to, he was going to sign that in. That's for a leader. A leader should always have the foresight. You should know that this thing it's a win-win. You could win and you could lose. So why not just do what you had to do? Why use us to, well, that's it on his part. Tinubu's certificate non-issue. Senator Hope Uzodinma has come out to say that, sorry, Hope Uzodinma has come out to say that Tinubu's certificate is not an issue, which I very much disagree with. If it is in the constitution that for you to be a president, these are the things that are required of you before you get to this stage, or even a governor, or any political position that you intend to hold in the country, these are the things that are required of you, then I think it should be followed. And I think at this point, we shouldn't even still have this APC presidential candidate. We shouldn't still have him there on our list as he has defaulted. I'm not sure we can stand another president with no certificate, already having all of these backstories. Let's move on to Tribune. Buhari moves to halt APC senators defection. We did that already. Why I didn't implement 2014 National Conference report, Jonathan. Landlords giving out houses to Yahoo boys risks 15-year jail term. This is from EFCC. Again, courts reject Kanu's bail application. And Kanu's word for the people, and I hope they get to hear this twice, says, stop all killings, let there be peace. IPOB leader tells members. This is a word from your leader. I hope you guys would take his word for it. Take his word for it, please. Senate to probe Supreme Court justices allegation despite CGN's resignation. Oh, that would be a good thing. That would really good. While along as VP best for APC Nigeria's unity. Northern Group. Nothing, as you guys are always pitching one person and thinking one person will be best. Okay. Or your deputy governor heads for court to stop impeachment process. Wish him the best of luck with that. Ninecom cancels registration certificates of two insurance companies. Before we proceed, I would like to give a shout out to the people in the comment section. Good morning, Jeku Ibezim. Thank you for joining today. Good morning, Israel Asemota. Thank you for joining in today. Osaguvo, good morning to you. Thank you for joining today. Good morning, Jensen Emmanuel. Good morning to you too. Good morning, Kachi. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We have shared the link. If you'd like to join in today, please click on the link in the comment section and you'll be right here on the screen dissecting today's headline with us. Good morning. I'm Young Josh. Thank you for joining in today. We'll go to the next paper, please. The Guardian. Nigeria risks financial blockade, frosty relations with funders. Nigeria is gradually inching towards a financial blockade at the international financial market, as its working relationship with international development and funding partners, including the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund (IMF) deteriorates to its worst level in recent years. This comes with dire consequences for the prospect of raising cheap funds. Already, the yields of Nigeria's Eurobond have increased significantly from an average of 6.5% at the start of the year to about 12.5%. That's twice. That's twice of it this month. About a 100% rise in 6 months. That's alarming. Several external factors, such as the global hike in interest rates and inflation, have significant impact on the cost of borrowing from the global markets. I genuinely wish they would even stop giving us the money, because we, the people of Nigeria, we don't even see what they do with this money. And now we risk financial block in the whole Nigeria. I think it is a good thing. I think we should get there already. Oh, please share your thought. I'd like to get schooled on this financial blockade too. If you are also for this or against this, please you can share your thoughts on this, the comment section, or you join us live. But the country is wallowing in a web of self-inflicted missteps, with some experts arguing that its rising rates and deteriorating sovereign rating would have contributed to the sudden sharp rise in the country's already underpriced bonds. Last month, JP Morgan, an American leading investment bank, delisted Nigeria from the class of emerging market sovereign recommendations that investors should be overweight in. That means we will not be having investors coming in to do business in our country anymore. That also means that employment rates would remain stagnant if our money, if our currency, you know, almost has no value even in the international market. That's sad, guys. That's really, really sad that that's going to be happening to us. That's really, 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 really sad. And that's a problem there. That's a huge problem there. One cannot hope things like this away. We just have to put our hearts together. NICOM revokes licenses of two insurance firms, appoints receivers, liquidators. WHO warns monkeypox could become pandemic like COVID-19. Like, with the widespread of COVID-19, one would think that our government will begin to put things in place and checks in place. We have a thing for last minute arrangements. This monkeypox has been causing a whole lot of damage, has been causing a whole lot of breakouts in countries that have the capacity to contain it, but they are recording lots of death and casualties from this. And Nigeria, we still left our borders open. Nothing is in check. Nothing. It is until we are usually the last set of people. Then we begin to ask for things like ventilators and any other things that we could use. That show you how terrible the health sector is. And our government don't even have foresight. Foresight is nothing close to their agenda. APC Goba aspirant sues coal, wants Rivers primaries cancelled. Tension in Delta as soldiers guarding oil export terminal kill youth. The men with the guns. You guys, please stop killing us. Please stop killing us. There are ways to settle a matter. Please don't kill us. Matawale, the governor of Zamfara, signs banditry bill into law, explains call for self-defense. The governor of Zamfara State, the governor of Zamfara State still insists that bandits and that citizens should defend themselves. Is still insisting on the self-defense things. It is a state. The man knows what he's saying. The chief of defense cannot stay in his office wherever he is to say that he doesn't see a reason why that should be so. And while we are still talking about that, Imo State, the governor of Imo have come out to say that the people of Imo don't have a reason to go into armed bearing. The last I checked, Imo has been in the news for, it's almost similar to what is happening in the north. Just the differences in appearance of the people committing this atrocities. Is if I have people from Imo State here, which I'd like to think so, how safe is your state? Do you agree with your governor that you've not gotten to that place where you have to be bearing arms? You've not gotten to that place. The security of that place is strong, and they've got you. That's what the governor is coming out to say, that Imo State is relevantly peaceful. TUC issued strike notice to fire me over unpaid workers' salary arrears and others. Good morning to my panelists that are here. Good morning, Brother Nice. Thank you for joining us today. Please let us know where you're joining us from.
Good morning. I'm joining you from
Good morning,
Highland.
sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
thank you.
morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Good morning, Mr. Chris George.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Machiavelli, for joining us today. Good morning. Please give us a shout out this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Madam Iman, and good morning to all the panels, and good morning to Nigerians. And I'm joining you all the way from Pluto.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Chris George.
Yeah, good morning. Nice to meet you, honorable colleague. I'm joining you from Quito, Ecuador. Nice to meet you once
Thank you,
again.
thank you, thank you very much, sir. Good morning, Mr. Collins.
Yeah, it's good evening. Yeah, good evening. And thanks for having
Oh,
me.
okay. Good evening, Mr. Collins. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We'll get back to you. Good morning, Mr. Good day, Mr. Chris George.
Yeah, I have responded. Thank you again, once again. Uh,
Okay.
it's already morning here in Quito, Ecuador, already 3 o'clock a.m. So thank you. And my honorable colleagues that are present, I appreciate every one of you for this wonderful platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So it's
Mr.
safe
Chris,
to say,
Mr. Chris, gracias.
so it's safe to say that we have people joining us from around the world, and it's good to have each and every one of you here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for keeping a date with us. Good morning to my people in the comment section already. This comment section is bubbling already. So far, we've talked about, if you have been following the conversation so far, you have there on your screen, Buhari panics over looming mass defection. Buhari has been begging the senators not to decamp from APC to PDP. You should know also that the reason why these people are decamping is because they didn't get a return ticket. And them leaving APC and going to PDP would mean that they would no longer be the majority party, but they will become the minority party. If over 40 people have left already, 20 left, some left earlier, and 22 are about taking their leave, that would make APC a minority. What's your take on this, people? I'll start from you, Miss Brother Nice. Please unmute yourself, sir.
All right. Thank you so very much once again. All those politicians that is moving from left and right, left to right, right to left, we are already used to them. It's not new anymore. You understand? When they are in
Okay.
one party, when what they are expecting, they don't have it, they move to another one. That's to tell you that these people they are there just for their own selfish interest. They are not there for the interest of the people. This one have already shown us. You understand? Okay, because they cannot get the return ticket now. They now leave from their party to another one. So if they don't get another return ticket for that other party now, they will still move back to the where they left. You see that these our politicians, they are just dancing because they don't have. Okay, I always ask this question. Apart from politics, what these our politicians? What is their job? What is their second job apart from politics? I think nobody will answer that. None. Because these people, there's no one there that has a degree of medicine. There's no one that have degree of maybe engineering. There's no one that have any second degree. The only thing that they know is just politics, and the politics they don't even know it. They are just there to thief money,
and they're not competent enough.
They are not even competent to be a politician.
And they don't
That
want
is
to
my
vacate
problem.
the seat for competent people.
They are not. They know that if they leave that place now, they don't have second bread. It's finished. They don't have any other job to go to. That is why I like leaders in Western world. Like leaders in Western world now, you will see some of them. They are minister of finance before. Some of them they are medical doctor. Some of them they have second degree before they become a politician. If they leave politics, they can go back to the thing they study in school. Some of them can become a farmer. They can become sort of other things to fend for themselves. But Nigerian politicians, they don't. The only thing they have is that their only means of survival is just that politics. That is the reason why when they hold grip to that power, they will not go. They will not let go. Because if they leave that place now, many of them will become poor after 3 years because they don't have second means to survive. That is the problem we have with these old people.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brother Nice, for that submission. We'll get back to you. Please mute yourself. Mr. Machiavelli, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning again. What's your take on President Muhammadu Buhari begging the 22 senators that are ready to defect from APC to another party? What do you think the motives are? Do you think they are justified for doing this?
Oh, thank you very much.
I think this is pure greed, because it's stated there in the news that they are moving because they did not. Please go ahead, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Ima. Well, Nigerians should know that this is not something that is not common. It's been very common, and they've stated their reasons. And you have to know that in the House, in the two arms House of Parliament, the APC are the majority. So this kind of defection might lead to them being a minority, leading to their own agenda not being pushed forward. So all these things they are going to tackle because there's an election coming. Let's say it happens that the ruling party retains power. So it means that the effect of them to push in the agenda is going to be limited based on what how the house is structured. Because on this hand, if they defect, it's going to be that the opposition party becomes the majority and they are going to have the order of the day. They cannot let this party push in their agendas. So it's all politics. And when I heard my colleagues saying, do they not have a job or something like that? Well, these are also learned people. Most of them are learned. Some of them are doctors, engineers that are there. But the kind of the politics we play back home, it gives room to you to hold power. And because of the way it's been run decades, everybody believes it's a money-making ground. And this is why you see these people trying to hold on to those kind of things and the lavish lifestyle that comes out of it. And they don't kind of have a kind of a grassroots politics that brings in young adults who are vibrant, who they think it can move the nation forward when they are not there. They don't kind of, cultivate this kind of lifestyle. And this is why you see our youth are, shifting away from this thing. So they use this thing as a way to just sit down there and just continue to do their own business. And it's even easier for them because if you compare that to somebody who is a doctor and their salary, you can see the difference. I think this is what they use to kind of capture this kind of position. And from what they told the president, that they are not satisfied with the way from the primary election that they had, you can hear for some of them complaining that some people were even toiling that they were being given certain things to like Oh, you have to step down for this one. You have to step down for this one. So a lot of them are not really in. They are not really happy with the way things are getting there. So they just feel it is better for them to have another safe haven in case of necessity. So this is why you see this kind of thing playing. The reason why the president have to bring them back into the to the villa to talk to them, you have to know that he is the commander in chief, and also he is the head of the party. He is the head of the party, and he has to, or uh, do all he can to make sure that he brings unity among his party members, and that is why he's doing every possible means to push in, for a peaceful resolution. But I just think it doesn't play well for them. If he plays well for them, it's an advantage. If it doesn't play well for them, this is where the PDP are going to, capture this kind of movement, because they are also trying to hijack the house in case their candidate also wins. So you're going to see that everybody's trying to play politics here. So all what we need to know as Nigerians, as the concerned citizen, is to make sure we enlighten the public on what this game is. Because some people might just take the defection, defection actually is just because they don't agree with certain things that is being done within their own party, and it might not swing to their own advantage. So that is why they are moving. We as concerned citizens, we must be able to capture this moment and try to elect better candidates to actually, kind of move this wave and shift it so that it can benefit us, because all what you are saying now is not benefiting us right now.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli, for that submission. Mr. Collins, please unmute yourself. What's your assertion to this? What do you think this motive is for? Is it to withhold power, or is it for the sake of unity in the party?
Yeah, good evening, and thanks for having me. And for me, it's not a new thing because we keep repeating this issue because they want us to keep repeating it. It's not a new thing when it comes to Nigeria people flipping party from one another. This has been happening since 1999, so it's not a new thing. So for me, they keep using this kind of a thing to deceive people because maybe if I join to PDP, people will say maybe PDP is going to me. Let me join PDP so that they will vote for me. This is the same person who is in APC that served for 16 years, maybe 12 years, couldn't even contribute anything for his own community. Then he will flip party to maybe to another party. Then I expect people to vote for him, and people will still go and vote for him because he changed party. So they keep doing this thing for a long time. So I think it's time for Nigeria people to start waking up because it's only in Nigeria or somebody will win election before he swap another party. So that is uncalled for. If you go to other Western areas, people don't do that. Even some people, once they join a party, they will remain in that party even until they are dead. They will remain in the party. No matter even when they lose election, they will still remain in that party. Shows they are there for their party and also for their citizens. But for Nigeria, once you lost election, maybe nobody gave you any vote in APC, you swap party to PDP, or you find, okay, let me join Labour Party if I can get vote from Labour Party. That is how Nigeria does. So it's not a new thing. So they'll be playing this game for a long time, and that is what is getting Nigeria confused because if you are voting, this thing happened to 2015 when Atiku failed to secure ticket from PDP. He left to APC. All of them went to APC and brought this Buhari. So at the end of the day, they moved back again to PDP. So that shows you how the whole thing, Nigeria knows how to flip party. That's why I'm not even concerned when it comes to maybe if at the end of the day, Peter Obi win the presidential election, then they will flip party because they know how to flip because you will see them, one of them will move to the Labour Party. That is how they do. But we are trying to make sure that at the end of the day, none of these people, the same old school people we see will even associate with anything that have to do with Labour Party. I was looking at the news today. I look at all the candidates that Labour Party have been trying to bring. You look at the crowd, all of them are very young, very vibrant because they want to rule their country. They want to come and work for their country, not the other way around. So for me, it's not a new thing. And you mentioned something about Imo State, I'm from Imo State. Most times media used to, if something, more especially if something happened in the East, they can be able to flip the news like never before. If maybe you look at what is happening in Zamfara, but they won't be able to talk about it. Even the way they are talking about Imo State as if people are dying, Today in Imo, say everybody's going their own way. Wherever you want to go, you go it. But they will keep flipping it as if making people to believe those things are happening. Even most of them will go and dig old pictures. You understand? They will keep digging old pictures, old videos, trying to make people to see this is what is happening in the East. I remember what was it, last month or something like that? This thing, I was in Nigeria when this thing happened. That was 2011 or something like that. But Sahara Reporter went ahead and shared that news. That thing happened. So people counter it and say, how can you be misinforming people with such information? This happened years ago. So for people are moving. You can't compare Imo State and what is happening in Zamfara. So Imo State, people are moving. My brothers, all of them are going to work today. So nobody maybe.
So the governor was right to say that the people of Imo, you've not gotten to that point where you have to start bearing
Yeah, yeah,
arms.
yeah. There is insecurity in every part of the country. You understand? So I
Okay.
will not deny that. But when it comes to the way media are portraying, because it happens, anything that happens to the East, the way they do it as if it's not happening in another place. You understand? So for me, it's just a normal thing. So we know it. So we that come from the place, when such news surface,
Okay.
we know how to handle it. So it's not a new thing. So that
Okay.
is my only two contribution for now.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Collins. Mr. Chris George, please unmute yourself and make a submission. We're
Okay,
talking about
yeah.
the 22
Thank.
senators that want to defect from APC to. We all know the party they are going to be going to. What's your take on that?
Okay, okay. Let me go straight. Let me greet honorable colleague for their wonderful quota. Oh, let me ask Nigerian youth question first of all. This APC, PDP, there are 5 and 6. APC member, former APC member are present PDP member. Former PDP member are present APC member. So there's nothing different. Why some of them are diverting to PDP? Because maybe some of them felt that they cannot win, they are failed to win in the APC. So when they join the PDP, they will get votes. So all of them are the same. There's nothing different in APC and PDP. Article that is a flag bearer of PDP. It was in APC before in 2015. I ran against Buhari. In 2019, Atiku left APC, joined PDP. So they are the same, nothing different between both of them. All of them are corrupt politicians. And I want to ask Nigerian youth question again. This APC and PDP, because there's one media I joined, and when the youth are contributing, the youth are focused to develop. Why the elder in that platform are there talking about their selfish interest? These APC and PDP senators, they are there for selfish interest. Use my own state, Anambra State, as an example. When I was in Anambra then, the candidate is a PDP senator, which is Stella Odowa. In Anambra State, the federal road that's supposed to Stella Odowa uses as a major campaign in Anambra North, because we are Anambra North senatorial district. The road are still there, not well. So many years ago, till 1999 to today, Stella Odowa used as measure of campaign to win votes. After Stella Odowa win votes, the road have not yet even construct, talk less about building. So they are there for their selfish interest. Nigerian politics are there for selfish reasons. So I'm not seeing any changes. If so this person is APC or PDP, I'm not seeing any changes then, because all of them are corrupt. All of them are corrupt. They are driving private jets. Their children in better country, Europe, for educations, better health. Okay, for instance now, let me use Senator Kwagmadu for a typical example. Senator Kwagmadu, her daughter has issue, kidney problem, and you take it to overseas. Tell me, there's no any standard medical facility in Enugu State to compare the one you have in London. But Kwagmadu is receiving salary complete 8 years in the Senate. These people doesn't have our public interest. They are there for their selfish reason. I keep on telling people this. So this is what I withdraw for now. In Imo State, Let me go straight on insecurity of terms of Imo State. Well,
Okay.
the media help us to, like what my honorable colleague said, that help us to write the news more and more, because I can remember what happened in Anambra State one certain time. When you go to media, the media reported on that thing. So as the media report, it's not the same as the media talking. That's why we say in Imo State, people are going their normal businesses, because I have some friends in Imo State, basically Orun, where they are, it's like a war zone in Orun. I have some friends that they're going their domestic businesses. So it's not like that as the media talking.
Okay. So the media is over reporting what is happening currently in Imo State.
I would say that media are reporting what is happening currently now, but the situation of Imo State is not like situation in Zafara State. I have never been in
Okay.
Zafara, so
Okay.
I cannot tell the
Okay.
situation there.
Okay, thank you very much for that submission, sir. Before we go on to the rest of the panelists, I'll get back to you. Let's take this story that is on our screen. Landlords who gives house to Yahoo boys risks 15 years jail term. How visible do you think this is in Nigeria? And how are they supposed to know because I mean the Nigerian police majority of the time how they get to know someone is a Yahoo is if you are young and you are doing well for yourself. By doing well for yourself, you have a good clean car, you're out there, you look good, you attack the Yahoo boy. I don't know how they intend to know how this, but how realistic do you think this is? You think it's going to fly? Good morning, Mr. Majid. Kindly unmute yourself and make your submission. Also, let us know where you're calling in from. Would like to know, please.
Okay, I greet you, greet you to my sister. I'm
Good day.
calling from Australia. Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes, yes, please, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, yes, Mr. Go ahead. Okay, first of all, I will start with the defection topic. The reason why those senators are especially from the north are defecting to PDP, while some PDP are defecting to the new Nigerian. Actually, in 2015, when Buhari came in and all of them moved to APC, that was like a game plan to take the presidency from Goodluck. That was their plan. So all of them moved to one place because they don't want to lose the power if they still remain in PDP. So some who remain in PDP work for um, APC at the background. So you realize that the same method they used in 2015, 2019 is the same method they want to use in this 2022 that is coming because it's the same movement. Now all of them are moving back to PDP, and you think they are just moving because of their own interest. They all had their interest. Their interest is to make sure that that power remains there because they don't play partisan politics. No, they play ethnic um, party. That is what they play more than we the start now. Then I knew there is no way they are going to leave without giving Nimbo that ticket. I knew quite well that they will give him the ticket, but they will not stand for him the way he was thinking that they're going to stand for him. No, they will go back to PDP and work for PDP. Even the ones that remain will still work for him. When you look at Buhari's body language, you all will know that he was not pushing for Tinubu. He was not. His main person in his mind was Osibanjo. That is who he had in mind. If you look at his expression and everything, you realize that he was not looking for Tinubu. So now they gave Tinubu to compensate him, but they won't work for him. If you want to, it will happen, and this is exactly what I think they are up to, just to retain that power to them. So I feel like this is just a plan. So when it comes to uh, you mentioned Yahoo boys and the landlord. For me, I believe that before such thing will be put into law, some people who might have, gone through it very well, but it will be for the benefit of the landlords also, because they get to know who want to rent their home, who want to rent their house, what the person does and what he do. That should be the main priority they will focus on before they rent house to people. So I think it's also okay, but it will also have the disadvantage of the side that the landlord will not be renting house like they should be renting. So now it has to be based on what you do. If you're not a Yahoo boy before house will be rented to you. That is what I think they are trying to do, just to know if people living in your home, you know what they do. Because some places here, if you want to take a house, first of all, they have to know what you do. They can't just give you a house. They can't just give you a house. They have to know first of all what you do to earn money to sustain that kind of apartment or building or something like that. They have to know. They can't just rent your house. Or you can come
Okay.
with your white visa. Okay. So that's what I think they are trying to do. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very
Okay.
much,
Thank you
Mr.
very much,
Moses, for your submission.
Mr.
Please mute
Motivation.
yourself.
Please mute yourself.
Please, if you have a
Please.
feedback, you have another device you're using to watch this broadcast, please turn down the volume so we don't get to hear ourselves over here. It's a noise when we do so. So please turn it really low when it's your turn to speak. Mr. Jimo, a pleasant morning to you, sir. It's good to have you today on the show. If you have been following, we talked about the Mr. President's plea to the 22 senators that want to defect from the party because they did not get a return ticket. We're talking about the motive. It is for good. If the president is, talking to these people for the sake of unity in the party, or just so that the ruling party continues to hold power in the house. And also, we are talking about the new. We are talking about the I don't know if this has been signed into law yet, but I think it's been proposed and they are pushing for it. The landlords who give house to Yahoo boys risk 15 years jail term. To what end is this? What is this supposed to curtail? Is this supposed to curtail the rise of Yahoo boys or fraud? Or is this, to what end is this, Miss? And what's your submission on this topic?
Yes, good morning, my sister
Good morning.
Imo. Good morning to my fellow panelists and people in the comment section. My interest was actually the issue of politicians decamping from one party to the other. I think before we go into that, let us try to educate our viewers as well. Politics is the essence of politics is power. Power. That is the essence of politics. If you don't have power, it is difficult to effect changes in the life of the people. So, the first and foremost in every politician is power. So, and that's the reason why they are moving from place to place. Power. I haven't said that. I think the last caller or one before. When we talk about issue of the campaign, you see everybody batching APC PDP, APC PDP. I will disappoint you by telling you that most of the big gladiators in labor are products of APC PDP. I will just mention a few that you guys know. Dr. Alex Otti, one of the big gladiators in labor, was a former APC governorship aspirant. Right Honorable Darlington Nwokocha, that one is known to everybody in the East, was also a former PDP member. The list goes on. Chief Obi Agwacha, also a PDP member, now Labour. Even the almighty Messiah, Peter Obi, was from ABDA, PDP, Labour. So every one of them are the same. That's the reason why we are saying no need to paint one party black. and think that the new party is the best. No one is good. They are all recycled politicians, all of them. So the reason why they decamp, which I've said before, is just because of power. Politics is a game of interest. You want to be able to seize power so you can do your bit. So now let me go to the issue of the landlords. Well, it is a good thing because one of the problems of Yahoo job is because it affects the economy very seriously. It affects the economy very, very seriously. You might make money, but you don't pay tax for that money. It affects the economy, and everybody you can't regulate how somebody makes his money, which is not a good thing for the economy. I think for that move, if they can, the reason why I use if they can is because you can make laws, but the implementation, because I remember those days in the time of Lawrence Anini and the rest, those criminals. It was the time that they were, I think that time it was killing by fiery squad of these criminals. And people were still stealing because there's no job. A lot of people. Even today, if you put banditry and kidnapping by firing squad, people will still be doing it because they are desperate. Before you think about any law, first try to put some institutions in place, some socio-economic welfare, so that the people will have a reason not to do those things. But when you don't have them and you put the law there, the law is there, but it's an exercise in futility. Nobody listens because of the desperation. So let me give the floor to somebody else. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Gmo, sorry, Mrs. Ima. Mr. Gmo, sir.
Yes, I'm here. I'm
okay.
Here.
I just wanted to ask this. You see, I respect you so much because whenever you give analysis, we just try to understand where you're coming from. I still believe strongly that our government has failed. Instead of chasing these people, like you said, there are some institutions they are supposed to place. When we were growing up, we have things like Guest Guide, the Brownies, the Boy Scout, the Man of War, and things like that, the Young Farmers Club. I belonged to the Young Farmers Club at that time. These were activities that were meant to, socialize the youth, to engage them in, trying to build them towards, government affairs. But you see that this thing is decaying. And another thing, in all countries that we all live in, you see that the government empowers the youth with different things. But in the case of Nigeria, we don't see this thing anymore. And you see monies are being floating around our political parties, even the just concluded primaries. You see the way money was moving around. So don't you think this thing is going to attract the youth to say, now the EFCC is going after these guys, whereby you are leaving the big dogs? What do you think? I think there is just a representation. I'm going to put it here because I don't see the government putting more effort to tackle things that affect them first before going after the youth, because it is the way when the top is rotten, it affects the root as well. I think for them to issue that statement to say the landlord they shouldn't do that. They don't have the right, because it's not in our constitution to say you shouldn't give houses to this kind of people. They have to tell us. They have to implement this kind of, and they must make it transparent. And what affects one should affect the other. They shouldn't be targeting these guys because they have failed in their responsibility and duties to ensure that these people grow. And now they want to target them and leave in the big guns. So I don't just see a kind of a fair game here. I don't know if you understand me, sir.
Very well. Very well. I think we are on the same page on this matter. Very, very on the same page. There's no difference. The truth of the matter is the government has failed. There is not two ways about
it.
Please,
Mr. Jimo, please, it's Brother Nice. I want to throw a question in.
Yes.
Yahoo boys,
that is stealing from foreign country, and our politician that is stealing with Stilo. Which one is harming our economy most? Can you
Exactly.
decide that?
I was going to say that.
Who should even be paying the tax?
Okay,
Thank you. He was
okay.
talking about tax. When
Every
the
one
money
of
you
them.
send to your people in Nigeria, do they pay tax when they receive that
Can,
money from you?
can I finish? Can I answer or I should?
No, please talk, Mr. Jimo.
You
Okay,
can go on.
okay. You see, everyone, every criminal-minded person is not good for the economy of the country, whether the big ones or even the very smallest. We should have institutions in place to solve this issue. But as we speak today, because of politics and so many other issues, our politicians are not ready. That's the reason why we believe that we should be careful about those we elect, especially in the National Assembly, because that is the most powerful of the three. They can make laws today. For example, I remember when people have already made example with Ghana. You know, if you look at Ghana or Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, you see, you have to take away democracy, put it to the side. If you want to deal with countries like ours, put democracy aside. That's what Rawlings did. That's what Lee Kuan Yew did. That's what China did. In China, you don't even need to steal. Once you steal, you go and kill yourself because you already know you will die. You just see them after knowing that it's in the public, they just go and hang themselves. So in Nigeria, when we begin to talk about this democracy, we must do things like this. It's not going to work. First, put the democracy somewhere and let's put draconian laws. Our National Assembly members must be people that are respected in the society, not just every Dick and Harry. It just don't work that way. Because when you don't even know what it's all about, you can't make the laws. You can't imagine a man.
Mr. Jimo, you did not answer my question.
You have just asked if the big guns or the small one. I said everybody that is criminally minded. I've answered it.
No. I said the Yahoo boys, that is stealing from a foreign country, and our politician that is stealing billions and trillions from our public treasury. Which one's supposed to go to prison?
Everyone.
He answered you, say everyone.
I said all the criminally minded people, my brother. So whether it's a big man is stealing from Nigeria or stealing from Australia, criminal is criminal. They all should go to jail. It doesn't matter if you steal.
I agree. All criminals should go to jail.
Yeah, if you steal 1 cent, you should be punished. If you steal 1 billion, you should be punished. If it is death penalty, give death penalty, whatever you want to do. Many countries are stealing. Look, Rudolf Madoff is a jail term of 150 years. In Nigeria, look, you need to take this democracy a little bit, put it down, and let's deal with ourselves. Otherwise, somebody who is in primary 6 in Nigeria is already corrupt. Primary 6. So how do you catch them? Look, if you even kill everybody now, including myself, the ones under us are already corrupt. How do you do that? So you need to go back.
The reason why I threw this question in,
Brother Nice, I'm sorry, we won't be taking that question. Please allow him finish, so we'll move on to something else. When we come back to you, just keep your questions. When we come back to you, then you ask. Please, thank you, Mr. Jimo. Please round up, so we'll move on to someone else. Thank you.
Thank you. So that's just the issue. Everybody in Nigeria today, because there have been no a kind of when there is no institution, it is very difficult because you catch them young. You don't want to bend an adult. It's so difficult. But when they are growing up from the primary school, they begin to learn what is called dignity, loyalty. They will begin to learn discipline. You can't begin.
And this is by action. This is by action, by example.
Correct. That's what we need to do. To begin to think that Yahoo boys, because they are stealing small or from outside, it's not too bad. Of course it's bad, because you need foreign investors to come in. The reason why we cannot be a production economy today is one, our banks don't borrow. We are not making savings. So what we do is go to the foreign countries and begin to beg for investors. You can't bring an investor who has been duped of his money. You can't go back there and tell him, please come and bring a transformer company in Nigeria. He will tell you, no, no, I won't. That country, I'm afraid. So it begins to affect everybody that are not even Yahoo. So let me stop there so far and yield the
Okay.
floor to someone else.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jimo, for that submission. Please, when it is your turn, please endeavor not to go beyond 2 minutes so that we can touch other areas. I would like to give a very, very special shout out to Irene Finest. Thank you very much. You're doing very well. You've kept the comment section very, very lit. And Evans, thank you very much, guys. Please, you need to like and share this broadcast as much as you can. The numbers are not matching at all. From you watching us to the panelists, please endeavor to do the needful. To my people in the comment section, please share, and invite people to join this broadcast. Thank you very much. We would be moving on to the Punch newspaper. Ex-CGN to get 2.5 billion naira benefits. Senate begins corruption probe. We followed the as okay. Let's move on to aggrieved aspirants reject INEC's list, begin multiple court cases. Apparently, a whole lot of aspirants are not agreeing with INEC stands, especially when it comes to the invalid or unfounded or blank space that was needed to be filled when it comes to your primary and your secondary education. Actually, when it comes to the APC presidential candidates, they are not buying it. Some are saying, the Alliance Party are saying that this man should be removed with immediate effect and he should be questioned, he should be jailed because he has committed some kind of crime by doing so. And over the night, I woke up to see that even his supposed running mate, Masari, has also come out to say that um, his premise certificate is missing. So we have the presidential candidates who cannot produce all of his certificate, and we have his vice who also has that issue with him. So you see, this has aggrieved a lot of aspirants, and they have come out to say, and there are multiple court cases already at INEC. I think this is going to be a very long election year for us. 13 marginal fields dormant, FG awards 57 to new investors. We will apply diplomatic pressure to help Ekweremadu. That's by reps. Dollar eight 615 naira. Local raw material sourcing drops to 54%. That's not so good for us, guys. Retired CGN entitled to gratuity, that is 300% of 3.36 million naira annual base from investigations. His earnings will be due to his health tire, but his retirement is going to be getting that 2.5 billion naira amidst these corruption allegations and everything that is upon the man. And we are going to be churning out this much for benefits. I hope justice truly prevails. Edo pupils learning on bare floor. Community seeks government help. This is 2022. We shouldn't be having things like this in Nigeria. We can afford it. To the government of Edo State, this is an eyesore. This is a shame. This is a shame. You need to fix this as soon as possible. Ekiti workers give Fayemi 21-day ultimatum over unpaid entitlements. Oyo deputy governor sues assembly over impeachment move. Lagos airlift Lagos airlift 1,508 pilgrims. So guys, the backstory for this ex-CGN, the ex-CGN retirement and everything that is happening around the man now. The immediate past Chief Justice of Nigeria, Ibrahim Mohammed, is expected to get a 2.5 billion naira severance package from the federal government. Mohammed's resignation on health grounds was announced on Monday, less than a week after the 14 Supreme Court justices accused him of uh, due to financial misappropriation of funds and all of that. You know, these stories, they just come up and we fight about it and it's swept under the carpet. And before you know, this man is getting what is not even due him. I'm opening the floor now to Mr. Mike. Good morning and welcome to today's broadcast. Please unmute yourself. Let us know where you're joining in from and what is your take on this. Federal government is set to give 2.5 billion naira benefits to the ex-CGN as retirement benefits.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Well, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. So I won't even. I mean, it's very clear. We know what they do there. They share money. That's what it is, and it's. I mean, they meet behind closed door before they make all these decisions anyway. So we know what goes on in that space. So it's not even something I'm shocked or worried about. But what I wanted to talk about, um, the brother that said, Sarah reporter, I'm making bias news against the East. I don't think that's something fair to say, because I don't think we all know who the owner of Sarah reporter is. So I don't think it is the kind of person that would do something like that. I'll be following Sarah reporter. I think they make fair, balanced news. I mean, across the board. So they talk about whatever goes on everywhere. I don't think they bias towards any region. So that's one point. And the point also about the APC, PDP switching carpet just easily like that. I mean, that tells us that these people don't have any standard. They have no standard, because if you can just easily move from one party to another and the party can just accept you like that, it tells you that there's no standard in the people that, I mean, that just gives us. So it's very clear that we should all start looking to, I mean, voting for other parties other than this APC and PDP, or find new class of politician that will just take over this country, because that doesn't make sense. And then about the so-called Yahoo landlord or whatever it is, landlord getting 15 years for renting a place for Yahoo boys. I just don't understand why Nigerian law enforcement or Nigerian government spends so much resources going after the Yahoo boy. I agree with the Mr. Jimon that said every criminal should be punished. Absolutely, I agree with that. Whether you're a Yahoo boy or armed robber, whoever, you should be punished. But it looks like the government spends so much resources just hunting these Yahoo boys than they spend going after more crime that Nigerians really worry about. Because an average Nigerian person's worry is a Yahoo boy. I'm more concerned about an armed robber or someone that will physically harm me, crime that's more violent or banditry or things like that. The list of my worries is a Yahoo boy that will convince me to give him money. Most of the victims of these Yahoo boys are foreigners. They sit on their computer convincing somebody in America or Europe to give them money. That's bad, I agree. But why spend so much resources just on seeing that's the least. If I'm a president, if I'm a government official, that's the least group of people I will go after, to be honest. Speaking of these foreigners, these Americans and Europeans, if we look at how much these countries siphon out of Africa on a yearly basis, France alone siphon 500 billion out of African francophone countries on a yearly basis. I mean, if Yahoo boys are siphoning money from foreign countries, it's bad. Yeah, if you get caught, you should go to jail. But why spend so much resources just hunting Yahoo boys when you could be spending the resources really going after the real corruption that kills Nigeria? Like the government looting. I mean, how many times someone in the government been caught stealing money and they spend less resources prosecuting them? But then they will spend so much just Yahoo boy, and AFCC will get funding to go after Yahoo boy. I'm like, why spend so much energy on Yahoo boy? Yahoo boy is the least worry of a average Nigerian person. They're more concerned about unknown gunmen or bandits invading churches, armed robbers. I mean, politicians stealing billions. Spend money going, spend resources going after those ones. Not Yahoo boys. That's just
Okay.
as I want to say.
Okay. Thank you very much for that submission. Mr. Mark Hirabo, good day, sir. Please unmute your mic and let us know where you're joining in from.
Yeah, good morning. I'm joining from Germany. So my concern now is for the law about the landlord giving house to Yahoo boys. So my question to the authority people is, how do I supposed to know if I'm a landlord, I want to rent my house out? How will I know that the person I want to rent my house to is a Yahoo boy? Because here in the country I live, for example, if before you get a house, they will tell you to bring your pay script and maybe police report. You understand? So when you provide that, they give you house. So in Nigeria, something like that is not it's not like that. So if anybody can change at any time, I may be a good man today, tomorrow I can change. So why must I go to prison, or why must I face the law for the sin I never commit? If anybody commits sin, it's that person who commit the sin that should go for the sin. So they should take the landlord out of this. That is my concern. So that is for that one. Then the second point I want to also contribute is everybody now is clamoring. We need PDP is bad, APC is bad, this one is bad. My sister or my people, to be frankly speaking, all of us is in by this corruption in Nigeria. All of us, we are guilty. From kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, university, the offices to the head of Nigeria, the president. Everybody is guilty. So we have to be sincere to ourselves. All of us have to start now changing our mindsets. Because the other time I traveled to Nigeria, I was driving, I saw the traffic light was red, and people were driving. I said, what are these people doing? Look at the traffic. They say, it's because you just come newly now, and you will soon be tired. We have to start obeying the law. We have to start obeying all those things. If you understand what I mean, it's not only the president. If you want to admit your children in the school, they need bribe. If you went to passport office, they need bribe. If you want to do birth certificate, it's all those of us, Buhari. Is that PDP or APC? It's all of us. So when we want to bring Nigeria back again, we have to be talking to ourselves from the grassroots. Everybody must change their mindset. You understand? Let me give you another example. When I came to Germany newly, I was in bus stop. There was like a 6 years old girl, small girl like that. She was eating this bonbon, lollipop. She removed the paper. She went to the dustbin and threw the paper. I say, wow. So tomorrow, nobody will tell me when I remove my own, I must also go and throw it in the dustbin. I'm from Benin City. I was in Benin City last year. If you see the way this plastic paper full the gutter, people don't have this bin in their house again. They will carry the bin from house and bring it to the gutter. All of us have to change. All of us, we have to change our mind. Not only the people in politics, everybody. So that is just my little contribution. My sister is laughing.
Thank you very much, sir. That's actually very insightful. I think it's not just our leaders or our politicians. Each and every one of us, we have a role to play. As little as trashing things appropriately, as little as
Exactly.
that, as little as keeping our environment clean and tidy, and being sincere in our dealings with each other, truly loving each
Exactly.
other as one that we are. I'm going to be giving it about time that we have to wrap up this show. So you have just 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I might not call on everybody, but if you get called on, please, you have 2 minutes to give us a closing remark to the people that are watching you. We have people from around the world watching this broadcast. So what do you have to say concerning the affairs of Nigeria, from the landlord to how we should behave and how we should go about everything happening here? Brother Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, you have 2 minutes to give us a closing remark, sir.
yeah. But I don't have much to say. What I just have to say is that we as your brother said, we should start from grassroots, change our mindset, and we should live in a better life. Let work with the government and make Nigeria a better place for us.
Right,
So it's not only the government alone. We Nigeria, we have a lot of roles to play as well. Thank you.
right. Thank you. Let's work with the government to make Nigeria a better place. Thank you very much for that. Mr. Mike Irabo, please unmute yourself.
Yes, I have to round up. Please, the youth, go and get your PVC again. I have to remind the youth, go and get your PVC so that we have to vote for people of our choice and join this. Whoever win, all of us have to join hands together and make Nigeria a better place for all of us. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that submission. Please get your PVC, guys. Albeit ethic the processes, please don't give up. Making Nigeria a better place is not about who is going to be the next president, about you and I making effort. Thank you very much for that. Mr. Machiavelli, please make your submission in 2 minutes.
Oh, thank you very much. I must say to my wonderful Nigerians, please, first of all, is to get the PVC. You can now see that the government is far ahead of you as the youth. And you are the future of tomorrow. They are supposed to invest in you to have a better society. So for us to achieve that is for us to to have a system that is just for us and not for the benefit of the few. And also to my Igbo brothers, you hear the language yesterday from the IPOB leader. We are all one Nigeria. We shouldn't kill ourselves. Don't fight your brothers and sisters just because of the failures of government. This is the same brother that might be useful to you in the future. Please, I urge you, let us join hands together, queue on the positive ones to change the mindset of Nigeria. Let us all live in peace, and so that we can find a peaceful solution of eradicating these people who has put us in this jeopardy. I must say thank you so very much for today. May God bless you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Okay, can I say something?
Let us endeavor to
Can I say
live
something?
at all times with our neighbors, with our family members. Mr. Chris Judge, you have the floor. 2 minutes to make your submission as we round up today's broadcast.
Okay. Thank you for this wonderful time. I want to say something concerning the issue of Yahoo boys and the landlord just 15 years. I want to ask the EFCC question in this media. Former EFCC boss, what's his name? Ibrahim Magu, right?
Yes, please.
He discovered money put by corrupt politicians. After he discovered the money, what happened to the money he discovered? He stole the money, right? No.
Mr. Chris, I think we've lost you. Okay. Thank you to the viewers. Thank you. Please like this broadcast. Please like and share this broadcast. We need to spread the word. We need to spread the message. We need to share this to our families, our friends, our neighbors. We need to invite more people to come on here and get get hold of what is happening and how to go about things. Over here, it's a platform where people air their mind. It's a platform for the people. For the people, we are here for you to say how you feel, because this is a platform that invites other people, and by chance the people in power, they get to hear these messages too, and hope they do the right thing. Thank you to everyone that has joined me from the comment section. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very, very much, Ma. Thank you, Kachis. Please. Thank you, Irene Finest. Thank you to Evans. Thank you to, I can't access all of you, but thank you so very much. You guys made the comment section lit and engaging. Thank you. Let's do this tomorrow again. We don't have so much time. This is not where we have all the time to do as much as we want, but anything that you have to say, let's meet later in the evening by 5 p.m. to discuss. That is 5 p.m. is you come back here by 5 p.m. Nobody's going to interrupt you. Nobody's going to tell you time up. Nobody's going to say anything like that. You have all the time to say everything that you want to say. From Monday to Saturday, we have newspaper review. Every 9 a.m. I'll be right here waiting for you. Monday to Thursday, 5 p.m. we have our discussions happening right here also. At 6 p.m. on Friday, we have it happening hot here also. And please turn on your notifications so that anytime we are live, you would get a notification. You get notified. You know that we have rich content. We always have something for you. Thank you very much to our viewers. Thank you so very much to the Niger Watch family as a whole. I am grateful. Thank you to the Niger Watch team. Thank you for today. I'll say one love to you, my people. Let's live in love. Let's live in unity. Let's live in peace. Let's make Nigeria a better place by working hand in hand with the government. When we see something that is amiss, let's try to fix it. The little things that we can do, let's do. And as one of the panelists said today, we can only make Nigeria a better place by our actions, if not for anything, for the sake of the younger ones. We shouldn't leave Nigeria like this. Let's do better. Let's be reformed from our mind and our actions. So thank you for joining me today. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. You have a good day. I wish you all a good day. Those that are not here, I hope you have a good evening. Thank you to everyone that has joined us today from around the world. This is me saying goodbye to you today until I come your way again some other time. Stay well. Bye.